Welcome to game 3 of my match, Shanahan versus PProteus. I won the first as first player, PProteus won the second as first player. So we're holding serve. We've got Watchtower Villa stuff, which is nice. Baron is interesting here. Count for trashing, Estate for Apprentice for trashing, Bishop for trashing. There are castles. I'm not sure how helpful those are. With the Watchtower Villa stuff, you can draw up pretty nicely. That stuff can synergize well with stables. You can get real thin with Count. I think I'm going to open Silver Baron though. Try to get 5 a couple times in my shuffle. I'm not super concerned about the castle stuff. I want to have very few green cards in my hand to be able to use the Villa Watchtower synergies. I'm okay keeping potentially one estate around for the Baron, but we'll have to see about that. You can also feed it to Apprentice later on. Toil's interesting with maybe some of these cards. I'm not sure which ones. Okay, 7 already. And my next hand is likely to be 4. 4 or 5. I should work out what the odds of that are while they think about what they're doing. So if this 4 copper, so if the silver 2 and 7, the silver is in the bottom 2, and I don't hit it. So at most 5 and 7, and then of that, it needs to be one of the estates. So that's 2 and 7. It's pretty unlikely. But that being said, I miss out on a whole buy if I just buy a Count here. I could go like Watchtower. So I could go Villa Flag Bearer, and then I have a 1 in 7 chance of missing. I'm going to do that. So they blocked the flag, which is nice. Which is nice for them, I should say. It's, not the greatest for me. I'll have 3 here. I can buy a Villa, Count something. I can also twirl the Count. So I'll have 6. Twirling the Count doesn't do very much. Well, it gives me +1 coin, I guess. I can twirl the Count when there's no treasures. So I can gain a Villa, play the Count for +3 money, and buy some Watchtowers. Yes. I'll discard, gain money, buy 2 Watchtowers. Seems okay. Probably going to need to get another Count here and an Apprentice. I've added a bunch of cards to my deck. It's going to be hard to find the Count that I have. Certainly that's not going to be this turn because I don't have it. The Flag Bearer now. We'll see if we go into a full-fledged flag war. It's not unreasonable. They don't want to let me draw cards every turn. Being the first one to get the flag can be difficult because we trade off and on, and then they end up having it for longer than I have it. Yeah, I think Apprentice is right now. Now I'll start getting stables. I should have some village, some Watchtowers down there, which means I should be able to get off some big turns soon. Count. Trashing does not work with Watchtower. I don't think there's any way to make that work. So this is 7. I could gain a Villa, play the Flag Bearer, buy a stables. Just want to do that. Not clear to me that that's significantly better than just buying the stables. The Villa is kind of a stop card in my deck. I really need to get a Count trash in here of like 4 coppers or 3 coppers in the estate. I maybe need to pick up another Apprentice as well. to trash, you know, like villas for +4 cards. The Watchtower Villa stuff doesn't work super great once the Villa pile is empty. So we have to look at what the pile situation is then. It could honestly be flag bearers. I'll probably contest the flag here in a minute. It could also be estates, because villas give +buy, barons can gain estates, so there's a lot of stuff there. I assume they have a Watchtower here. Have they played their Watchtower yet? They played it last turn. The problem with these decks is you don't end up having 7 cards in your hand deck very often, so you don't end up getting to draw to X that often. You don't get to draw to you. I'm trying to say is you don't get to draw up and get a big count turn off. So this is a huge turn for them. I could have had this turn earlier if my Watchtowers were not at the bottom of my shuffle. I hopefully will have a similarly huge turn this turn. That was their last Watchtower, so this is the end of their turn. Okay, they bought us stables. Okay, I can draw 3 here. I think I'm going to do this trick here. Play it in the villa. Okay. So, we'll gain a copper. Trash hand. The Watchtowers are about to get real bad with the villas gone. I think I can get one more. One thing to note is with Watchtowers, actually, the curse pile can run. Because you could buy curses and trash them with your Watchtower. I don't think either of us is going to have close to 10 buys, but if you get a bit of a lead, like you buy a province, then you can use your extra buys on curses. Trash them with Watchtower and put some pressure on your opponent. I'm going to lead here by Apprentice trashing the flag bearer to take the flag back. See if I can find a treasure to discard to stables. I assume they're going to buy out the villas this turn. I can believe that Watchtower last turn was a bad idea. Now that I've trashed 4 coppers, I at least feel they've trashed a copper and a state. So they've trashed a little bit. Like I said, I think I want to get another Apprentice here. Potentially another stables, although I'm down to 5 treasures in deck. I assume they're going to get the last villa here. Or they'll do a trash, which is also reasonable. It doesn't seem like it discarding. Yeah. Yeah, they've unfortunately been able to draw a deck here. Unfortunate for me. And they're going to have tons of money they can do stuff with. And that's the last villa, so the texture of the game changes now that there's no villas left. The tricks that they did here twice, they're not going to be able to do. I'm quite far behind. I've trashed a little bit more than them. They have this extra stables. They have the flag now. I'm going to get it back next turn. It doesn't seem unreasonable to me for them to go in on provinces. If they have a Watchtower in hand, they went for castles. Okay. Well, this is just pretty much losing. I can buy the Haunted Castle, I guess. I can top deck a gold, I guess. I don't know. I'm fairly certain they're going to be able to draw next turn, but we'll see. Okay, that potentially hurt them, that attack there. So I have 10, which is too much, but I can like top deck a gold, gain 3 coins, and with 10 buy the Opulent Castle. And is a tunnel crazy? We don't really have a third pile running, but I think I want to take a VP lead. But I feel pretty questionable about my chances to win this game. So I'm kind of just clicking on cards that make it seem decent. I think probably the turn where I bought turn 3 when I did Villa Flagbearer, I could have just bought Stables there. It's a little bit sad, but it might have been better. And then the Count just collided with a bunch of cards I wanted to play, sadly. But maybe the first 2 5s should be Stables, and then I pick up a Count. Which I have a little bit more control. But I also we had our big turns, the third shuffle, where we both had our watchtowers, and all my watchtowers were at the bottom. Although they did have one more watchtower than me, so they were more reliable there. Certainly. I didn't really have a chance to buy. I had 7 and then 5. And then bought 2 watchtowers. Yeah, so I bought those 2 watchtowers, and then I didn't end up seeing them for a long time, which is sad. But maybe that turn when I bought Villa Flagbearer is bad enough that it ruined everything after that. So probably here they're going to get Sprawling Castle. That would be my estimation. And I'll be able to get Grand Castle, if that's the name of it. What will the kingdom say? It is Grand Castle. And then they'll be able to get King's Castle, and that'll be enough VP that I can't win. Their deck is going to be better than mine, even with the extra 1 or 2 extra green cards that they'll have. Wow, they got to. Oh, they trashed the small castle to get the Grand Castle. Wow. So yeah, their deck falls apart. It's not clear to me that it matters, because my deck is about to fall apart too. Maybe they're leaving me a pile open. We'll see. Okay. So I can draw 3 with Watchtower. I can trash a copper and draw 5. I can play Watchtower, draw 3, and then trash a gold to draw 6. That seems like the best way to play on here. Draw 6. Okay, so I run out of villages here. This is, other than that, like, kind of nice. The Opulent Castle is kind of nice to have in these decks with all treasures. 16 is King's Castle. And I can buy 2 tunnels. I can buy 2 watchtowers, try to end the game quickly. Let's buy a duchy, buy 2 tunnels. And hope for something magical to happen next turn with a Count, I guess. I think I have some villages down there, so there's a decent chance I'll be able to discard with Count and then draw with Watchtower. If I can draw two villas and a Count, which I guess is somewhat unlikely. Do I have 4 villas or 3? Well, not much sense in working it out. My turn is going to start the same either way. So they are able to draw here, even with all of the green cards that they've added. I assume, the Watchtowers get a lot worse in these decks once you get up to these price points. So yeah, they're going to buy a province here. Okay, so villa. So unfortunately, the bottom card of my deck is a villa. 2 villas, awesome. So I will discard that to gain a gold and plus 3 coins, buy a province. Okay, so I'm actually not so far out of the game. I'm only down 2 points. However, they have more stables in their deck, more villas. I'm just going to end turn there. Doesn't make much sense to play the tunnel to potentially draw stuff dead. Here I can apprentice the Watchtower and hopefully find some good stuff. Yeah, I guess maybe the first count should have actually been an apprentice, because the coppers are not that bad while the Villa Watchtower stuff's going on. And the coppers are okay-ish for stables. I'm surprised they're able to get this much action going on with so many green cards in the deck. My next shuffle is going to be pretty rough with all the green cards. But it may be that the rest of their hand now is green cards. And they're still able to find the Villa Watchtower stuff, which is quite nice. Again, they have more pieces in their deck, so they've built more reliability into their deck than I have. And they've got a pile out here, so good game to them.